Hey, Malcolm Reed here, How to Barbecue Right. Now that we've got Memphis and May behind us, I've had time to jump back on a little project I was working on. Was building one of these ugly drum smokers, UDS, you'll see them referred to. I followed a plan from Paul, the Big Pig, from the Pickle Pig barbecue forums of thebarbecuebug.com. He had a real good step-by-step plan on how to build one of these things, and I found my drum locally here in Memphis. It came from a place called Drum Co. It cost about $23, and then Paul had a parts list that was real easy to find. Most of the parts came from Home Depot, and I got some of the bolts and stuff from Tractor Supply Company, but it all went together pretty easy. This is just a 22.5-inch replacement Weber grate that came from Home Depot. The coolest thing about this is the firebox they had built, and I kind of followed Paul's design. This is the only thing that costs a little bit of money. I paid $100 to have this made, but it's expanded metal that sits in an 18-inch pan, raised up some so the ashes can fall out. This will make it easier to dump. And I just bolted them together, but you can see it sits up off the bottom too, the way it's mounted here. It's got it on little legs. But you start your coals in this, and it makes for dumping it out much easier. The air intakes are there's 3 of them spaced out equally in this drum. It's about 24 inches apart, but it's we took a 1-inch hole saw and made a hole, and then we put a closed 3/4 inch black pipe nipple in it, screwed it in, put conduit washers on one side, washers and conduit washer on the other. I cap off 2 sides with just a regular cap, conduit cap, but this other side has a ball valve. And that's where you're really controlling your air. When you get this thing fired up, you can adjust how much air you're letting in with that ball valve. And also, the barrel I bought didn't have a hole, so we cut a 2-inch hole in it. And what I'm using as a kind of a damper for that, I've got this piece of strip magnet, and you can put it over the hole, and as I want to control the exhaust, I can just pull it wherever I want and set it. Like if I just want it to be barely open, or if I want it 3/4 open, the strip magnet works pretty good. I actually think that magnet would work good on these exhaust holes. Since you're going to cover these two most of the time, you could probably get away with just putting a piece of strip magnet over the hole and not even use the pipe nipples, but that would just be a cheaper way to do it. And then we just got some gate handles attached to the side. These bolts here are 1/4 inch by 1.5 nuts and bolts, and they hold the grate. It just sits right on side. Right there, and it's about 24 inches up from the bottom of the fire pan. It gives me 6 inches from the top of my barrel to this grate. That's plenty of room to cook a butt on, shoulder, brisket, whatever you want. I have seen some of them using a 22.5-inch Weber lid to fit on it, like if you wanted to cook the chicken standing up, something like that. But for what I'm going to be doing, I really want this to be a brisket cooker for me. I'm going to try one out. I'm going to next thing I'm going to do is just get some coals in it and get some wood, do a good burn on it, and I'll be ready to cook after that. So this is my version of the UDS cooker.